A prophecy that shakes the soul. The world is changing. Faster than ever before. Something is coming. A shift unlike anything we have ever seen. A blind mystic, erased from history, left behind a final warning. Her prophecy was hidden, locked away. But in 2023, it was uncovered in a remote monastery. The message. A prediction for 2025 so chilling that even governments have taken notice. But this is more than just a prophecy. It is a wake-up call. A call for humanity to choose. To rise or to fall. To awaken or to disappear. Tonight, we unveil the secrets within this manuscript. We break down 3 signs that will soon unfold. And most importantly, we reveal how this connects to Buddhism, karma, and the great cycle of time. Because this is not just about predicting the future. It is about understanding the deeper truth of our existence. The mission of Buddhist philosophy, why this matters. You are watching Buddhist philosophy, a place where ancient wisdom meets modern reality. Here, we don't just explore what is happening in the world, we explore why it is happening. We uncover the hidden forces shaping our destiny. We decode the law of karma. We seek wisdom, not fear. This channel exists for one reason, to prepare those who are ready. If you are here, it is not by accident. There is something within you, an awareness, telling you that the world is at a turning point. And that you are meant to understand the deeper truth behind it all. So stay until the end. Because in the next few minutes, you will discover why 2025 is a karmic breaking point. The 3 signs that signal the coming shift. A hidden document in the Vatican that will shake the world. How technology is merging with destiny, and what it means for you. The one choice every human must make before August 15th, 2025. This is knowledge you are meant to hear. Because the time of ignorance is over. The moment of awakening has arrived. Let's begin. The cycle of karma, why 2025 is a pivotal year. Everything we see today is not random. It is the result of choices, past actions, past desires, past mistakes. This is the law of karma. Nothing happens without a cause. A seed planted in darkness will grow into something. A thought, a decision, a moment of silence, each carries weight. Each shapes what comes next. And now, humanity stands at a turning point. A karmic breaking point. A moment where everything done before will manifest its full force. History moves in circles. Buddhism teaches that time is not a straight path. It moves in cycles. Birth, death, rebirth. Empires rise. Empires fall. Each follows the same pattern. Growth, power, corruption, collapse. Then the cycle begins again. Nothing lasts forever, not wealth, not nations, not civilizations. Even the greatest dynasties crumbled into dust. Why? Because when a system becomes too heavy with greed, it collapses under its own weight. This is the nature of impermanence. Nothing remains the same. Everything is in motion. This truth applies not only to individuals but to societies. And now, we are reaching the end of one great cycle. The signs of a karmic shift. Look around. The world is unraveling. Not just in one place, but everywhere. Economic systems are cracking. Trust in leaders is fading. The earth itself is reacting. Storms, fires, floods. These are not isolated events. They are symptoms of something deeper. A shift is happening. Not just in politics. Not just in the environment. But in human consciousness itself. Something is pushing us toward a reckoning. A point where we can no longer escape the consequences of our past. Buddhist teachings say that suffering is a teacher. It forces change. But only if we are willing to listen. And right now, the world is at a moment where it must listen, or fall. Why 2025? Why now? Every great shift has a breaking point. A moment where balance is lost. A moment where the old world can no longer sustain itself. 2025 is that moment. Not because of one event, but because of everything leading up to it. Karma is not immediate. It builds. It waits. And when the right conditions come together, it unfolds in full force. For decades, we have been creating this moment. Wars, greed, environmental destruction. A world ruled by illusion, by desire, by ignorance. Now, karma is catching up. The choices of the past are reaching their climax. And once this cycle ends, there will be no turning back. The coming crossroads. This is why the prophecy matters. It is not just a warning. It is a reflection of the natural order. Humanity has two paths ahead. One of awakening. One of collapse. In 2025, the consequences of our past actions will manifest in ways we cannot ignore. The question is, will we recognize the lesson? Or will we repeat the mistakes of history? The choice is not distant. It is near. It is personal. And it will define the world for generations to come. What comes next? The prophecy speaks of 3 signs that will mark the great shift. One has already happened. One is happening now. The final sign is still to come. And when it does, the world will change forever. Stay with me. Because in the next section, we will uncover the first sign. A signal from deep space. A message not from humans, but from the universe itself. A message that you need to hear. Let's continue. The 3 signs of the prophecy, a warning for humanity. Change does not come without a warning. Before a great storm, the winds shift. Before a fire spreads, the air grows heavy. And before a civilization collapses, signs appear. But not everyone sees them. Some ignore, some deny, some laugh. Until it is too late. This prophecy speaks of 3 signs. 3 warnings before the great shift. 3 messages that tell us time is running out. 1 has already come. 1 is happening now. 1 is yet to be revealed. And once the final sign appears, there will be no turning back. 1. The message from the cosmos, December 2024. The universe speaks. But do we listen? In December 2024, astronomers detected something they could not explain. A signal. A pattern from deep space. It did not match any known star, planet, or cosmic force. It came from nowhere. And yet, it was precise, structured, deliberate. The prophecy calls this the first sign. A message from the cosmos. A signal that the transition has begun. The universe and Dharma. In Buddhism, the universe is not separate from us. It is alive. It moves with karma. It reflects the balance or imbalance of all beings. The Lotus Sutra teaches that when Dharma declines, the universe reacts. Signs appear. Disasters strike. The sky changes. Not as punishment, but as a warning. A call for us to wake up. To change before it is too late. To return to wisdom before wisdom is lost. A shift in consciousness. This signal is not just a scientific anomaly. It is a reflection of us. Something is shifting. Not just in the stars, but in the human mind. More and more people feel it. A strange restlessness. A feeling that something is not right. That the world is moving towards something unknown. This is not coincidence. It is awakening. But awakening is not easy. Before the light, there is confusion. Before wisdom, there is fear. This is the test. Will we listen to the signs? Or will we ignore them until it is too late? The first sign has arrived. What comes next? The prophecy says the second sign is already unfolding. It is something happening before our eyes. Something few people truly understand. It is not from space. It is not from the sky. It is from within our own world. A shift in power. A change in the very structure of human life. A silent transformation that will lead us to a point of no return. Stay with me. Because what comes next will change everything you thought you knew. Let's continue. The collapse of the material world 2025. The world is built on illusions. Money, power, control. For centuries, People believed these things would last forever. That wealth could be protected. That empires would never fall. That the systems we created were unshakable. But nothing in this world is permanent. Everything that rises will one day fall. This is the second sign. A collapse that will reshape life as we know it. A shift so sudden, so unexpected, that most will not be ready. The breaking point of the material world. The prophecy speaks of an event. A rupture in the global economy. A moment when wealth and power will shift in ways never seen before. It will not be slow. It will not be gentle. It will come like a storm, without warning. One day, the world will seem normal. The next, everything will change. Markets will crash. Banks will fail. Currencies will lose their value. And those who built their lives around material wealth will be lost. Because they never prepared for a world where money means nothing. The Buddhist truth of impermanence, anicca. Buddhism teaches anicca, the law of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Not wealth. Not nations. Not even the strongest empires. History has proven this again and again. Rome was the center of the world. It fell. The Ottoman Empire ruled vast lands. It collapsed. Great dynasties in China, once invincible, turned to dust. Everything built on greed and power eventually destroys itself. This is karma. Not as punishment, but as a law of balance. What is taken unfairly must one day be lost. What is built on illusion must one day be seen for what it is. And now, we are witnessing this on a global scale. The karma of greed. For too long, wealth has been worshipped. People chase money, thinking it will bring happiness. Corporations exploit the earth, thinking it will bring endless profit. Governments manipulate economies, thinking they can control fate. But karma does not forget. And now, the consequences are here. The economy is no longer stable. The system is breaking from within. Not because of one event, but because it was always built on unstable foundations. Greed is never sustainable, because greed is never satisfied. And when a system grows too large, too corrupt, too disconnected from humanity, it collapses under its own weight. This is not the end of the world. It is the end of an illusion. A necessary cleansing. Many will see this as a catastrophe. But perhaps it is something else. Perhaps it is a cleansing. A reset. A chance to rebuild. Not on greed and control, but on compassion and wisdom. This is not just about money. It is about how we define value. What if the world stopped measuring success in dollars? What if human connection became more important than profit? What if the economy of the future was based on sustainability, fairness, and balance. The collapse is coming. But what rises after it is still in our hands. If we choose wisely, this could be the start of something new. Something better. Something real. The next sign, the Vatican's hidden secret. The second sign is unfolding. But the third has yet to come. A secret hidden for over 2,000 years. A document buried deep within the Vatican archives. A truth so powerful that it could shake the foundations of belief itself. What is this secret? Why has it been hidden for so long? And why is 2025 the moment it will finally be revealed? Stay with me. Because in the next section, we uncover a truth that has been waiting to be told. The Vatican's secret revelation, mid-2025. Some truths are never meant to be known. Some secrets are buried, locked away for centuries. Not because they are false, but because they are too powerful, too dangerous, too disruptive to the world as we know it. According to the prophecy, one such secret will soon be revealed. A document. A lost manuscript. A piece of history hidden deep within the Vatican archives. Something so profound that it could shake the foundations of belief itself. And it will not stay hidden much longer. The hidden knowledge of the Vatican. The Vatican is more than a religious center. It is a vault of forbidden history. It holds secrets that few have ever seen. Texts that could change everything we think we know. For centuries, religious institutions have controlled knowledge. Not to deceive, but to preserve power. To maintain order. To prevent questions that could unravel the very fabric of faith. But truth cannot be buried forever. One day, it must surface. And according to the prophecy, that day is coming in 2025. A truth that challenges everything. What is in this document? The prophecy does not say, but it hints at something monumental. Something that could rewrite history. Something that could force the world to question everything it believes. It could be an ancient record. A lost teaching. A revelation about the origins of religion itself. Or perhaps, a message about humanity's true purpose. Whatever it is not just a historical artifact. It is a key to understanding who we are, where we come from, and where we are going. Buddhism and the nature of truth, Sakha. Buddhism teaches that truth, Sakha, is not something to be hidden. It is something to be realized. To be experienced. To be uncovered through wisdom. Unlike dogma, truth does not demand belief. It does not require blind faith. It requires understanding. This is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge can be kept secret. Wisdom cannot. Once seen, it cannot be unseen. And this is why a great awakening may be near. A global spiritual awakening. This is not an attack on religion. It is an evolution of spirituality. For thousands of years, people have followed traditions. They have believed what they were told. They have accepted without questioning. But now, something is shifting. People are seeking truth on their own. They are questioning. They are exploring. They are awakening. And this hidden document, when revealed, could be the catalyst. A moment when humanity looks beyond institutions, beyond authority, beyond control, and into direct experience of the divine. The moment of revelation approaches. Mid-2025. The prophecy says that this is the time. A time when secrets will no longer remain secret. A time when the past will no longer be hidden. A time when truth will no longer be controlled. But truth is a double-edged sword. It can free us, or it can destroy us. The question is, are we ready for it? Because once this knowledge is revealed, the world will never be the same. And what comes next is something even greater. Something that will challenge not just religion, but reality itself. Stay with me, because in the next section, we will explore a technological leap so massive, it will change what it means to be human. The crossroads, two paths for humanity. A choice is coming. A decision that will shape the future of humanity. According to the prophecy. The date is August 15th, 2025. A moment when technology, spirituality, and destiny will collide. A moment that will define what it means to be human. There will be two paths, two futures, and once the choice is made, there will be no turning back. The first path, the Great Ascension. A world where consciousness awakens, where wisdom replaces ignorance, where compassion replaces greed. In this future, humanity rises above division. We embrace interconnection, not just with each other, but with the universe itself. We recognize that life is not separate, that everything is part of a greater whole. Technology is not rejected. It is used with mindfulness, with balance, with understanding. AI, quantum computing, and genetic engineering serve life, not control it. Science and spirituality merge. Knowledge and wisdom unite. And humanity takes its next great evolutionary step. This is the path of enlightenment, the path of harmony, the path of awakening. The second path, the final darkness. A world driven by power, by control, by technological advancement without moral growth. In this future, AI surpasses human intelligence, but it is not guided by wisdom. Genetic engineering transforms life, but without ethical responsibility. Reality itself is rewritten by machines, and the essence of what it means to be human begins to fade. People become disconnected from their souls, from each other, from the very nature of existence. Spirituality is forgotten. Compassion is lost. A future where everything is possible except meaning. This is the path of destruction, the path of chaos, the path of the void, a reflection of the middle way. Buddhism speaks of the middle way, a path that avoids extremes, not blind materialism, not total renunciation, but balance, wisdom and technology, spirituality and science, progress and mindfulness. This is the way forward, the way to harmony instead of destruction, the way to awakening instead of darkness. The Buddha taught that suffering comes from ignorance, that craving and attachment lead to destruction. And now, humanity faces this truth on a global scale. Will we awaken and find balance? Or will we fall deeper into illusion? The clock is ticking. August 15th, 2025. A moment of decision. Not just for governments, not just for scientists, but for every human being. Because the future is not decided by leaders. It is decided by collective consciousness, by the choices of individuals, by what we prioritize, what we value, what we believe. And right now, we are moving toward a breaking point. If we do not change, the path of darkness will unfold. But if enough people awaken, we can shift the course. This is why you matter. Because each choice creates ripples. Each action shapes reality. And there is still time. Time to change. Time to prepare. Time to awaken. What happens next? The prophecy does not end here. It speaks of something even greater. A moment beyond the crossroads. A revelation that will change how we understand life itself. Something hidden in the fabric of reality. A scientific breakthrough that will challenge everything we believe. Something that will prove that consciousness is not limited to the body. That life and death are not what we thought. A bridge between worlds. A truth that will shake the foundation of science and spirituality alike. Stay with me. Because in the next section, we will uncover a discovery so profound. It will redefine what it means to exist. Stories of awakening, a lesson from Buddhist history. History repeats itself. Cycles of war, destruction, and suffering. And sometimes, from the ashes of chaos, an awakening begins. A moment when power meets wisdom. When a ruler, once blind to suffering, finally sees. And when a choice changes the course of history. This is the story of King Ashoka. A conqueror. A tyrant. A man who held the fate of nations in his hands. And yet, his greatest battle was not on the battlefield. It was within himself. The blood-stained path of King Ashoka. Ashoka was born into power. A warrior. A ruler. A man driven by conquest. He wanted to expand his empire. To be feared. To be remembered. His armies marched across India, destroying everything in their path. Cities burned. Rivers ran red with blood. Thousands perished. And then came the War of Kalinga. A war that would define him. And change him forever. The turning point. After the battle, Ashoka walked through the ruins. He saw the bodies of his enemies. He saw the suffering of the survivors. Women weeping. Children starving. The land, once rich, now lifeless. Victory had come at a terrible price. And in that moment, he felt something he had never felt before. Regret. Guilt. A deep, piercing sorrow. For the first time, he saw the truth. That power without compassion is empty. That conquest without wisdom is destruction. That he had won nothing. And so, he made a decision. A decision that changed the future of India. A decision that changed the future of Buddhism. A decision that proved redemption is always possible. The path of transformation. Ashoka renounced violence. He turned away from war. He embraced the teachings of the Buddha. Instead of conquering lands, he sought to conquer the human heart. He built schools, hospitals, and temples. He spread the Dharma across Asia. He became a ruler of peace, wisdom, and compassion. And he proved that even the cruelest of men can awaken. Even the blindest of hearts can see. Even the darkest path can lead to light. The crossroads of humanity. What if humanity is now at the same turning point? What if we are walking the same blood-stained path? Wars rage. Greed controls nations. The world is burning. And yet, we keep marching forward. But at what cost? At what price? The prophecy warns of a choice. One that will define not just a king, but an entire species. Will we continue down a path of destruction? Or will we awaken before it is too late? The answer lies in what we choose to see. In what we choose to change. In whether we learn from the past or repeat its mistakes. Because history is not just something we read. It is something we live. And right now, we are writing the next chapter. What must we do now? The story of Ashoka teaches us that transformation is possible. Even in the darkest times. Even in the most powerful hands. But change does not happen on its own. It happens when enough people awaken. When enough people choose compassion over power, wisdom over ignorance, balance over chaos. And the time to choose is now. But how do we prepare? How do we awaken? How do we ensure that when the moment comes, we choose the right path? This is what we will explore next. Because the prophecy does not just warn of danger. It offers guidance. A way forward. A way to prepare for what is coming. Stay with me. Because in the next section, we will uncover the 3 essential steps. To surviving. To thriving. To awakening before it is too late. Final message: how can we prepare for 2025? This is not the end. It is a transformation. A shift in consciousness. A moment where everything will change, not just in the world, but within us. The prophecy does not predict destruction. It predicts a choice. And that choice is ours to make. Not in the future. Not in 2025. But right now. Because the world does not change by accident. It changes because of us. Because of the energy we bring. The wisdom we cultivate. The actions we take. And the time to act is now. 3 key actions to take. How do we prepare? Not with fear. Not with panic. But with clarity. Awareness. And wisdom. If the world is reaching a crossroads, then we must be ready. And there are 3 steps that will make the difference. 1. Cultivate awareness. Most people live in a dream. A world of distractions. A world where their thoughts are not their own. Where fear controls them. Where they react instead of seeing clearly. But awareness changes everything. It is the key to awakening. It allows us to see beyond illusion. To recognize truth when it appears. To remain calm when chaos comes. This is why spiritual practice is essential. Meditation. Mindfulness. Self-reflection. Not as rituals, but as tools to sharpen the mind. Because when the world shifts, those who are awake will see the path. And those who are blind will be swept away. 2. Strengthen human connections. The prophecy warns of increasing digital isolation. Of a world where people forget what it means to be human. Where relationships exist only through screens. Where connection is an illusion. But real strength comes from real bonds. From face-to-face conversations. From shared laughter. From hands held in moments of struggle. Technology is not the enemy. Disconnection is. The more we separate ourselves, the weaker we become. the easier we are to control. But those who stand together will endure what is coming. Because no storm can break a tribe united by truth. Now is the time to rebuild these connections. To spend time with loved ones. To listen. To be present. Because when the world changes, those who have each other will survive. And those who stand alone will be lost. 3. Seek truth. Not fear. Fear is a weapon. It blinds. It controls. It makes people easy to manipulate. And right now, fear is everywhere. Spreading through news. Through social media. Through every whisper of uncertainty. But the wise do not react to fear. They observe. They ask questions. They seek truth, not from headlines, but from wisdom. From ancient teachings. From real spiritual traditions. From voices that do not speak to manipulate, but to awaken. The choice is clear. Follow fear, and you will be led astray. Seek truth, and you will find the way. Are you meant to hear this? Some messages are heard at the right moment. Not by accident, but because you are ready. Perhaps this is one of them. Perhaps you are meant to prepare. Perhaps you are meant to guide others. Because those who are ready will not just survive what is coming. They will shape what comes next. They will be the ones who light the way. And if you feel that urgency, that sense that time is running out, it is because the window for preparation is closing. But the door to awakening is still open. And the choice is still yours. Which path will you choose? 2025 is not far away. The signs are already appearing. The shift has already begun. 2 futures stand before us. One leads to awakening. One leads to destruction. But the world does not decide this alone. We decide. Through our awareness. Through our actions. Through what we choose to believe. And the choice is being made right now. By you. By all of us. So, which path will you take? The answer is yours. But remember this. Once the moment arrives, there will be no turning back. A call to awakening. You have made it to the end. That means something. Most people would have turned away. Ignored the message. Dismissed the warning. But you stayed. You listened. You opened your mind to something deeper. And that is rare. That is powerful. That means you are ready. A moment of gratitude. I want to thank you. Not just for watching, but for being part of this awakening. For seeking wisdom in a time of confusion. For choosing truth over fear. For being willing to see what others ignore. That is not easy. But it is necessary. Because only those who seek will find. And only those who are aware will shape the future. You are part of this shift. This is not just a video. This is a moment of transformation. Not just for the world, but for you. Because understanding is only the first step. What matters now is action. Not in the future. Not in 2025. But today. A challenge for you. Take what you have learned and bring it into your life. Practice awareness. Build real connections. Seek wisdom beyond the surface. And most of all, be the light. Because the world needs it. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Every choice matters. Every action creates ripples. And what you do today shapes what comes next. The journey does not end here. This is just the beginning. There is more to uncover. More to prepare for. More wisdom to awaken. And together, We will explore it all. Here, on Buddhist Philosophy. A place for seekers. A place for truth. A place for those who refuse to sleepwalk through history. Join us on this path. If this message resonated with you, stay with us. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Share this with those who need to hear it. Because the more who awaken, the more hope we have. The more light we bring into the world, the more prepared we become for what lies ahead. You are not alone. We walk this path together. And the future is still ours to create. The choice has always been yours. And it still is. So, what will you do next?